My parents died when I was 3 years old in a head-on two-car collision up north. I was the only survivor. After the accident, my mother's parents became my full-time carers. When I was old enough to understand that they weren't my biological parents, I didn't care. Nan always made sure I knew the truth and reminded me often how much my parents loved me. Growing up with my grandparents wasn't always easy. A few of my aunties, mums, sisters didn't like me, and a couple of my uncles were just downright mean. Once my nan told her son, if he ever hit me again, she'll disown him. The next morning he packed up and moved down south. Being brought up by my nan, she always reminded me how special I was. I could see and feel things others couldn't. Nan taught me how to speak te reo Māori fluently, how to kāringa o ngā marae, how kaupapa when a tūpapa kūrau, and to always make sure to respect the spirits of our tūpuna, to listen when they tried to warn us. She showed me how to cleanse a space with water from our awa, how to call on my ancestors with a karakia for protection, and how to recognise the signs they would send us. But the sign I feared the most, the one I never want to hear at night, was the ruru. Nan said when the ruru calls near our whare, someone close to us would die. And unfortunately, she was right. The night before she passed, I heard the ruru calling outside my bedroom window. A long, sorrowful cry that made my skin crawl. When Nan passed, my whole world crumbled. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't function without her. I felt lost. It took me a long time to heal from Nan's passing, but then I met a guy named Mike online, and slowly I started feeling myself again. He seemed perfect at first, funny and polite. He told me I was beautiful. His words reminded me of my Nan. She always made me feel special. In his photos, he had short brown hair with light brown eyes and a smile that turns heads. But every time I tried to video call him, he always had an excuse why he couldn't answer. Then one night, out of nowhere, Mike suggested we meet up. I was hesitant at first, but finally agreed to meet him at a restaurant nearby. Feeling unsure, I asked my cousin Mary to come with me. She sat at the bar while I waited at the table. When he finally showed up, my stomach sunk. The guy in front of me looked nothing like his photos. His hair was messy, his clothes were wrinkled, and he looked old enough to be my dad. Trying to be polite, I smiled it off, but then he started asking weird questions. Did you come alone? How did you get here? Does anyone know where you are tonight? He kept looking around the room. He looks nervous. I can't help but feel he's waiting for someone else. Feeling unsettled, I glanced towards Mary at the bar. That's when I saw her. Nan? She's sitting at the table opposite me. She's wearing her favourite jacket, Te Tai Toketo printed clearly on the front, the one we buried her in. Her moko kawai was glowing under the restaurant lights. I had to blink a few times. I know I'm not drunk. I only had 2 drinks. But there she was, clear as day, burning a hole into Mike's head. I don't understand why I'm seeing her. My Nan has been gone for over 2 years now. I can feel my cheeks burning. I don't feel well. I tell Mike I need to use the bathroom. As I get up, I hear a voice. Kia tūpato moko. Be careful. Kia tere. Hurry. Uma. Run. I spin around to look at her. She's gone. In the bathroom, I hear Mary calling my name. What's wrong? We need to leave now. Why? He put something in your drink. I couldn't believe it. That's why I feel weird. Mary grabbed my arm and we quickly headed for the exit door. Outside I notice a van parked across the road with a few men inside. Mike is running towards us screaming, but it's not in English. He's speaking another language. Mary and I run as fast as we could to the main road. We felt safe here. Cars driving past, couples walking their dogs, and bright streetlights that went for miles. Looking back, I saw Mike standing by the van yelling at the men inside. Moments later, they drove off. I collapsed to the ground. Mary's confused. She's trying her best to calm me down. It's alright, cuz. You're safe now. Out of nowhere, a gush of wind blew past us, and there she was, standing under a bright streetlight. Nan, please, don't go. She smiled, blew me a kiss, and waved goodbye. She's gone. Tears falling uncontrollably. I couldn't believe it. My Nan saved me. I don't know what would have happened, but I'm so grateful she continues to watch over me. As for Mere, she's standing next to me in shock. Was that your Nan? Tears are now running down her cheeks. I quickly stood up, hugged Mere tightly, and thanked her for being with me tonight. A year later, Nan sent me a beautiful man. Together we now raise Mere's 2 boys. Sadly, Mere also passed away in a car accident. So whānau, always trust your gut. Our tūpuna are always guiding us. They see what we can't. Be careful when meeting people online. Not everyone is who they say they are. Kia tūpato whānau. Be careful.